Doctor, what kind of doctor are you?
I'm a licensed PhD clinical psychologist. I'm a licensed marriage and family therapist. I'm a certified sex therapist, and I've been host and TV host and radio host on different Spanish-speaking shows and one in English. Yeah.
How interesting. Now, North Americans have had very little experience in having elections hijacked or having demonstrations in the street. These kinds of things are typically...
I think that always there is some kind of corruption, but nothing that it would change an election. This is the first time since 1976 that I came to the United States for a better future, to live in a country where I feel safe, to be in a country in which your vote counts. And now we're experiencing something that it looks like and feels like a third world country. It's not fair. No way we're gonna take it. No way.
Well, what has happened to resistances in Latin America? If there's a resistance to hijacking of an election, have people gone to the streets and protested?
Well, they do, but the difference in other countries, in third world countries, is that sometimes you really put your life at danger if you protest because of the power of the people that are in government or the cartels that exist in third world countries. And the more advanced the socialism happens, the more dangerous it is, and the more people lose their freedom and their First Amendment right. And that's why I don't want my children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren to lose those freedoms in the best country in the world.
How organized is the resistance in the United States?
Pardon?
How organized is the resistance in the United States?
Do you call this the resistance?
Well, but do you call it organized?
Yeah, well, we're not, the resistance were the Democrats, in my view. We had an election in 2016 that was never accepted, and they have resisted every single day for the last 4.5 years, 5 years, attacking our president, being disrespectful. The media has not shown the truth and has instigated the minds with fake news, and that's the resistance. So now, nothing worked. The Russian collusion, everything, impeachment, everything that have tried, nothing worked. And suddenly Trump was winning in a landslide. At the middle of the night, the vote stopped, and then suddenly Biden starts winning. I mean, there's so much proof about it, and I have no doubt that the lawyers and the team for Trump, that they will bring the information, when they consider they wouldn't damage the case, for everyone to see.
But do you suppose that the judges and that the legislators can be trusted to be impartial?
You know what? I used to trust the FBI, I trust the CIA, I trust the lawyers, the legislators. I never thought that I would be in a position in which I don't feel that I know who we can trust. And that concerns me.
Do you feel that we're at that point now? At that point now?
Yes. Of not believing. Yes.
Of not believing or not trusting?
Not trusting. Not trusting.
And so how about the judges? Perhaps the secretaries of state were involved in bringing this hackable software.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of corrupted people that are not allowing, for the information to be out. The technology, social media also that are basically suppressing information. We're smart, we're intelligent. We decide, we the people decide, and we have the intelligence, I hope, to do our own research, to decide what is true and not true. To have labels for Facebook, Twitter. In our president, You go to Facebook and the president is called a political candidate when he's the president of the United States.
When you ask people
That
to do
affects
research,
me.
how is it possible to do research when Google is biased, Facebook is biased, Twitter is biased? They're censoring and they're discrediting what you consider to be truth.
Well, that's why we're trying. We, the people, the Trump supporters, we're trying to research and bring information to educate others. The problem is that a lot of people are not wanting to believe. They don't even engage in wanting to listen, and that's a problem. That's sad. Because what do you have to fear? If Biden was my candidate, I would want to make sure that he was truly elected. So nobody can tell me my candidate stole the election. So I would go legally go for it. Let's prove it. So if there's nothing to hide, prove it.